I was on Twitter earlier today, Jake, and I saw a tweet from Ben Bleiweiss. Ben Bleiweiss is the general manager of sales for StarCity Games. So in general, a person who sees a lot of MTG cards come in and a lot of MTG cards go out. Ben, that's why I follow him. Ben tweeted, is likely the best set ever printed in the past decade. Plus, demand is exceeding supply and is likely a one and done. And I asked him to clarify what a one and done meant, and he said all previous Masters set had one print run and then were immediately discontinued. Other sets like Standard or Modern Horizons are print to demand and continue to be reprinted for X months after set release. He went on to say in the tweet, he said that we will not be pre-selling singles for Double Masters 2022. So Star City Games is not selling singles in pre-sale for Double Masters 22. We're going to sell through all the draft boxes and most or all of our collector boxes leading up to the release. And if we have any left leading into release day, we'll open them and put singles up in real time. So I am seeing top players in the game talk about how they don't know how many boxes they're going to get. I've seen stores tweeting about how they're definitely not going to be able to do preview events because they're barely going to have enough to sell. So is this something new? Is this same old? What's your take on this? When you hear all this, what does your brain spit back out?
This is just a terrible this is a terrible execution. This is a well-designed set, and not one human being over there has their finger on the pulse of how a set like this should be handled. That's where my gut goes. There's not one person over there who has any idea about what people are going to be interested in. It's like they don't. I don't know. It's like walking outside.
No, I'm kind of on the same page as you, man, because I think what you're hinting at, or at least my takeaway from you saying people over there don't have a finger on the pulse, is Commander Legends Baldur's Gate. Look at the amount of reprints in this set. Look at the amount of reprints from this set that could have been in Commander Legends Baldur's Gate. We called it Commander Legends, not just D&D Battle for Baldur's Gate. Here's some special Commander cards, brand new Commander set. We branded it Commander Legends. Yet it delivered on none of the promises that name carries with it. They should have just dropped that name. I saw people talking about that on Twitter today. Shout out Shivam. I don't understand how that could have been such a big miss. From all I can hear is that the set is awesome to play.
The LGS is going to end up putting this at $400 out the gate now, because you're not going to be able to find it anywhere. And if you want to buy a box like the day this comes out, it's going to be priced at like $400, and they're going to be like, well, look at the first master set. Look at the first Double Masters. It's $700 a box. You should be happy to get a $400 box of cards. Well, it just came out today. It was $250 a little while ago. Well, I mean, you should look at the first Double Masters. The first Double Masters, $800 a box. You should be happy to buy a box for $550 or $600. It's going to get up to $800. It's a Double Master set. So yeah, it makes me think that they have no idea the demand this product is going to have. They're like, hey, let's pump as many singles as we can into this set. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones. But then what they're doing, it's like with mystery boosters. It's like when the original mystery booster retail came out. They had these boxes that came out at like under $100 a box. It was 24 packs of like pure greatness. You could pull Mana Crypt. There was a foil in every pack. And everybody was like, what a home run product. It's well priced. It has a bunch of singles that are great for Commander. And now they've printed another product that's great for Commander. They know that people love Commander. And they're like, but you know what? We're not going to have any of the product because I don't know what it is. We just don't even think that people want to buy Magic cards. Like like how do you not have one person hanging out in the forums or in the Discords that's like, people want to buy it?
I think you are thinking that it's, or you're at least positing that it is negligence, that it's finger off the pulse, but I think it's on purpose, man. I think this is all by design. Maybe a little bit of like supply chain issues kicked in, but having your D&D Baldur's Gate set, you can't just name it that, or at the end of the year you can't go, wow, that crossover with D&D, thanks that department, Hasbro baby. You can't look at the money because it's not going to be there for that set. But if you slap Commander Legends on the front of it, bam, we got a hugely selling set right out of the gate that has just fallen off a cliff, but they don't care because the pre-orders are done. You know what? While that starts to fall off a cliff, because we know it will, let's just run Double Masters 22 right up under it, right into it. It's going to kill all the conversation about Baldur's Gate. You'll still get the occasional tweet, haha, boxes are $75 right now, because every website is trying to get rid of all this that they had because they were expecting Commander Legends to be awesome. Commander Legends 2. They didn't think, oh, well, is a Baldur's Gate set going to be awesome?
They sold the name. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Commander
right.
Legends, they sold the name.
So now we're going into this Double Masters 22 hype thing. I'm not sure exactly why supply is so hard to come by in the first run. Hopefully, this isn't a conversation in 3 or 4 weeks. Really, that's my bottom line, is that this is all just talk. This is all just more hype talk.
Well, I mean, it's disappointing for me because, you know, I remember it was probably last stream. It wasn't long ago, but it was definitely before spoilers started.
Yeah.
Now all you could do is buy the collector box. Like, that's what I can find is the 4-pack collector box, and it's gone up $100 from when we first brought it up on the channel. It was originally like $225, now it's $325 or whatever it is after tax.
Right.
And yeah, you're only getting the 4 packs, and there's going to be a bunch of foils in it. We don't know if the foil quality is going to be good.
Shout out to the patrons who went ahead and got in on Foil Quest, by the way. These boxes are up to $313. What the hell?
Yeah, when were we ordering these? At like 260s or something like that?
We ordered these at $240 because we chopped a little on top for shipping the stuff back to them safely, because we want to make sure that if we pull a $200 card that we've got a little extra packaging for that. But yeah, these have gone up almost $60 to $80 since we were pre-ordering them. Aldo, if you're in chat, Aldo happened to be the last patron to get in on it. He bought the last box, and it was everybody paid $260 all in. I'll tell you that. It is wild to me that not only are they putting out a product that is overall really good, even since my initial opinion of wow, these mythics are awesome, wow, the rares suck, it has sort of normalized because we have seen a lot more stuff. They really did not blow their entire load at the beginning of spoiler season. I think they've done a pretty good job of being
that was a good improvement.
God.
That was definitely a good improvement.
Man. I mean, seeing Mana Drain, like
Mana Drain came late as fuck.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
Like,
I'm like, oh
so
my
late.
God, we're still getting hits. I'm loving how they're doing this preview season. I'm loving this set so far. But if you're going to have a product like this, especially to come in behind your not Commander Legends Baldur's Gate set and sort of back clean up, you got to make it available. This is just, it's very tough to justify the prices that, like you said, LGSs are and should bump this stuff up to. Amazon, I'm blaming it on LGSs. Look at this website right here. It's right here. We were buying these for $100 less almost a day or two ago.
Yeah, I mean, the lowest that I'm finding, Double Masters 2022 draft boxes now. And keep in mind, these don't even have the box topper like the original product.
Right.
The lowest I'm finding them for right now is $300, and that's before you're going to be taxed. So these boxes are going to end up being like $340. These are already going up to like $20 a pack here. I don't know why you make it like why as Wizards of the Coast do you not anticipate a lot of demand for this? Why would you like?
That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something else.
I just don't understand how they don't put it on the same pedestal as like Modern Horizons 2. Like Modern Horizons 2 was chock full of great cards as well. You got Ragavan, you got all the fetches, you got Urza opportunity in these packs as well, in these collector boosters. You have all of the good stuff for Modern Horizons 1, Prismatic Vista, Force of Vigor, Archmage's Charm, among many other cards that we don't even need to get into. Esper Sentinel was in that set. why would you, if you're printing Imperial Seal for the first time, you're like, here we go. We're going to do the reprint of Imperial Seal. Why would you not want to absolutely bank as much as you could on that? Like, I just don't understand. Like, as a business, like if I were Hasbro, and I say this as somebody who watches the stock market daily, right? If I was Hasbro, why would I not want to try to soak all of that equity? Like, what? I just don't understand the thought process. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to have product there that is going to satiate the demand. I don't understand it. I just, as somebody, if I were a shareholder, if I were on the board and I were like, all right, we got Magic the Gathering coming in later. We got Wizards of the Coast. These guys have a new set coming out. You know, they have all of these like expensive sought after cards. I don't know how no one over there would realize, hey, don't you think this will sell like hotcakes and it could sit in a warehouse, worst case scenario, until demand builds for it again and we're able to, you know, shovel it out there to the masses? It's not like the demand for the product's going to go down the less there is of it.
No,
the demand will go up. So why wouldn't you want just a massive warehouse filled with it? Just
I think that the thought that they don't understand how demanded this product would be, I think that's just that's impossible to square in my brain. They have to know that. But I think that there could be two things that are possible explanations, and that's one, they're increasing the scarcity of this on purpose to keep some of these cards down so that they do maintain a certain amount of equity, hoping that, you know, some of the market will absorb the singles and then some of the prices will go down, but not a ton because it wasn't super available, and a lot of people are just, you know, there's a certain amount of it that's just buying and holding for long-term collecting, etc. Or two, there are legitimate like distribution printing problems and they are unable to get it done. I mean, for WotC, this seems like the biggest money-making opportunity.
Okay. Like hypothetical printing problems. Let's dive into that. Like, what is that? We walk in, we roll the dice. Shit, guys, half the printers aren't working today.
Yeah, and it's like they did for Baldur's Gate. What happened?
Yeah, I'm just like thinking, if you have printer problems, you should probably send some engineers over there to investigate the printing problems. Like, I would be like, you know what, guys, every time we go into a new set, we have problems at the printers. Do you think we should send somebody over to check out the printers, maybe crack them open and see if they're working well? You know, like they'll take over a screwdriver and just unscrew and be like, what's going on with the gosh darn printers?
I want somebody walking up with a stethoscope, putting it up to and being like, oh yes, I'm hearing the noises we need to hear. That's what I was hoping for.
This printer here is so sick. This printer here is on its last legs. What's wrong with that printer? That's a brand new printer. It's not motivated. This printer isn't motivated, and this is going to cause stock issues.